Hello students of 11 Commerce, welcome again to your Business Studies class. So students, we are still under Unit 3, okay? So just to remind you again, Unit 3 is all about public, private, and global enterprises. Okay, so in these three sectors, you are going to learn about the three sectors of a business enterprises. All right, so half of the portion I've already covered in our previous classes. All right, so in our today's class, you will learn about forms of public enterprises. Okay, so as you all know, there are three forms of business enterprises. Number one is a departmental undertaking. Number two is statutory or public corporation, and the third one is a government company. All right, so in today's class, we will learn about what is departmental undertaking. Okay, that is the first form of a public enterprises. So here class, departmental undertaking. Okay, so as it is mentioned, every business enterprises, okay, every business enterprises, it is divided into different sections or different parts. Okay, let me repeat again. Business enterprises, which is divided into different sections or different parts, okay, and it is managed by the government. All right, so the business enterprises, the whole sector, it is being owned, controlled, and managed by the government alone. All right. Some of the examples of these departmental undertakings are Doordarshan, okay, Doordarshan, and All India Radio, okay, Air India. These are some of the examples of this departmental undertaking, okay. And also know that this departmental undertaking, it is the extension of a department. It is an extension of a department, okay. So class, moving ahead, okay, if you are watching this, I encourage you to grab hold of your textbook. Like I've mentioned, it will be convenient if you can follow my lecture along with your textbook, okay? In next topic, we will see what are the features of a departmental undertaking, okay? So here, the first feature is formation. Okay, formation. So here, this departmental undertaking, okay, it is formed as a department. All right, you please make this very clear. Departmental undertaking, it is formed as a department itself. All right, and each department, okay, they have a special ministry. All right, the ministry, I'm referring to the government department. Okay, when you come across the word ministry, remember that we are referring to a government company. All right, government department, sorry. So under this formation, okay, this departmental undertaking, they have a separate special ministry, and every affairs, okay, every affairs of this department, it is controlled and managed by the ministry alone. All right, so this departmental undertaking, the formation, it is formed as a department. Firstly, it is formed as a department, and every affairs, it is managed by the ministry. Okay. The point 2 is ownership. All right. So here, ownership, we are referring to the public enterprises. Right, so public enterprises, it is a sector of government. So almost every point, okay, it will touch on the government sector only, all right? So even in our second point, that is ownership, okay, it is owned by the government alone, all right? It is owned by the government alone. That's it, okay? Number 3 will be management. Okay, here number 3 is management. So we have the same reason again. This departmental undertaking, okay, it is managed by the government alone, and here they also have a separate ministry to look over this department, and here the ministry in charge is the CEO, okay, Chief Executive Officer. He takes control, he manages the departments, Okay, that is what management is all about. All right. Now moving on, number 4 is financing. Okay, financing. Here, even the finance, okay, even the finance are being, provided by the government alone to this department. Okay, finance are being, sanctioned by the government treasury. All right, whenever the department are in need of some certain amount of money, the government treasury will sanction the money. All right, that's how they function. Okay. Next one is appointments. Okay, appointment here, the employees of this department, okay, are being appointed by the members of UPSC and SSB. All right, that is the members of Union Public Service Commission and Staff Selection Board. All right, so the members of this departmental undertaking, okay, are being appointed by the top officials, by the members of UPSC and SSB. Okay. Next one is no separate existence. Okay, so this means that this departmental undertaking, they do not have their own legal existence. Okay, in a sense, they cannot purchase property on their own name. All right, they are not allowed. Okay, and they cannot, function on their own. Okay, they cannot file a case to other department also. Okay, if needed be, they'll have to take a permission from the government. All right, so they don't have their own legal existence. Okay. Number 7 is administrative autonomy. So administrative autonomy, it is the same. We have the same reason of this point 6. Okay, since it is totally under the control of the government. Okay, this department, they do not have their own freedom to do their own activities. Okay, because the government it interferes in their departments. All right, so administrative autonomy means they are not able to be, they are not able to focus on their own, because the government always interfere in every activities that they do. All right. So class, these are some of the features that we have covered now. So class, moving on to our next topic, we have merits of departmental undertaking. Okay. So let's have a look at the first merit. It is easy formation. Okay, so this department, it is totally under the government, right? So to form this department, it is definitely going to be easy. Okay, it's not going to be hard. They are established by the administrative order of the government. Okay, that's what it says in your textbook. The administrative order of the government, this department can be formed. All right, you can underline that word, administrative order of the government. Okay. Number 2 is effective control. Okay, here effective control is possible under this department because the government controls it. We know that definitely. At the same time, okay, well-trained officers, okay, well-trained officers, they work under this department. So when the officers are being, quite skilled and trained in their work, they know what they are doing, right? So in that way, the government are also able to receive an effective impact. Okay, they're able to impact fruitfully in their department. Okay. Moving on, number 3 is increase in government income. Okay, increase in government income here. Departmental undertaking. Okay, departmental undertaking. They can even borrow money from the government. Okay, it is possible under the department to borrow money from the government. Okay, and the government supply sanction the money from the government treasury. All right, and if needed arise, okay, they can even borrow money from the public as well, all right? So that's how they function, okay? And whenever the public enterprises, you know, they work for the department, it always increase the income of the government, all right? Number 4, decrease in tax burden. Okay, here the government decreases the tax burden of the public because this belongs to the department. All right, so the government, they have the power to decrease the tax burden of the public. Okay. Number 5 is easy financing. Okay, we know why it is easy financing, right? Because we have already dealt with this here. Because the department, it is fully controlled by the government, so to finance for their department, it is easy. Okay, it is of easy financing. Lastly, we have proper utilization of funds. Okay, so here proper utilization of funds, it means that, you know, full use of funds, okay, along with the use of the workers. It is efficient in this case because the government is under the control of their department, right? So, you know, since they fear government, okay, every work that has been done, it is being controlled, managed, and owned by the government. That is why they are able to use full utilization of all the funds for their different activities. Okay, not only funds, but along with the, you know, workers, even the workers, the employees that work under this department, they are even able to give their 100% focus. Okay, so in that way, you know, they are able to achieve whatever is required for their departments. Okay, so because these are some of the merits of departmental undertaking. Okay, now we will see some of the limitations of departmental undertaking. Okay, so class, do remember that whenever there is a merits, okay, merits here is referring to the advantages. Okay, so whenever you come across certain advantages, there is definitely going to be some disadvantages in you know, any kind of topics. All right, so just be ready to, you know, to learn both the side of it. Okay, so let's see the first limitation. It is lack of prompt action. Okay, lack of prompt action here, it means that since the government is fully taking charge of the department, okay, these enterprises, they are not fully, you know, they cannot be fully independent on their own. Okay, especially while making decisions. Okay, while making decisions, they are not able to make quick decision. Even if it is just a small decision to make, they have to go through some certain procedures that has been laid by the government. All right, so during emergency time, you know, they are not able to make that decision quickly. So in that way, you know, they face a lot of losses even in their enterprises. Okay, so this was the first limitation under the departmental undertaking. Next one will be lack of flexibility. Same reason again. Why lack of flexibility? Because the government here, again, he is, you know, managing the whole system, right? So if these enterprises, they want to do some changes, okay, in their plan, they cannot do that because every rules has been set by the government itself, right? So there is no very less freedom under their enterprises. Okay, they cannot change plans, you know, whatever, even in the decision making, you know, even if it's just a small matter of decision, they have to go through the procedure. So it is not flexible at all. Okay, number 3 is lack of incentives. Okay, here class, incentives, I'm referring to the finance. Okay, here the government employees, okay, their salaries are already been fixed by the government. Okay, so since it is fixed by the government, they do not get much freedom to go outside and earn extra incentives. So it becomes a disadvantageous for them. Okay, they are not allowed to they are not allowed to just explore other activities and earn extra income. All right, whatever has been fixed by the government, they'll have to abide by it. Okay, that is why it is known as lack of incentives. Number 4 is lack of competitive feelings. Okay, so there is definitely going to be lack of competitive feeling. Why? Because in this department, okay, in government sector, there is very less competitive spirit among different sectors or different departments. Okay, let me just take an example of these railways. Okay, if you have been to the railway station, you'll know better, right? The washroom in the railway station are like it's just pathetic, right? Horrible. The conditions are not good at all. Why the conditions are bad? Because there is no competition. Okay, there is no other competition to compete with them. All right, that is why there is definitely lack of competition under this department. Okay, moving ahead, number 5 is increase in tax burden. All right, here government impose tax. Okay, in a sense, government collect tax from the public. Why? Because in order to recover the loss that they have incurred. All right, that is the reason government impose tax to the public. So it becomes a limitation for this department, right? Number 6, more political interference. So definitely it is going to be a political interference, right? Because you already know the reason, because the government takes complete control over the whole system. So political intervention is there. So whenever the government interferes, okay, no flexibility, okay, lack of prompt action, all these things will definitely come in, it will connect to this point, okay, because government interferes, the way they want to do changes, all those things are not possible. All right, lastly we have red tapeism. Okay, so here red tapeism simply means the slow pace of work. Okay, the slow pace of work. When employees, they are not able to finish their work on time, okay, that is called red tapeism. All right, so see, when the employees are not able to when they are not able to finish their work on time, it will definitely incur a lot of losses in their department, right? So it becomes a definite limitation for their business enterprises. All right, so class, I hope you have understood what are the merits and the limitations of departmental undertaking. Thank you.